Well, we've got on the line Clare Seal, a financial coach who can offer her best tips and advice for people looking to either buy or sell their goods in the pre-loved market, as earning a little extra money right now would be a great idea. And we're seeing an increase in people selling items online, aren't we, Clare?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's almost doubled in the last few years, and the pre-loved economy now is worth 6.5 billion. So not
Wow.
a small amount of money by any stretch of the imagination.
Why do you think we're seeing this increase?
Well, some research by Motorway is indicating that, perhaps unsurprisingly, about two-thirds of people are motivated by saving money. So
Mm,
that's a really key reason why people are buying more pre-loved goods and probably, selling more items as well. So obviously, everyone's quite concerned about the cost of living, and
yeah.
this is a really good way to keep costs down. But also, there's the environmental element. So, about a
Mm,
third of people who were asked said that they wanted to shop in a more sustainable way. And obviously, secondhand is a really, really good way to do that.
yeah.
Either buying secondhand or making sure that you're selling things that you don't want anymore rather than just taking them to the tip or leaving them to sort of fester in your garage.
Yeah, we've probably all got so many things in our house that we never use and maybe have even forgotten about that we could sell and make quite a lot of money from everything that we sell.
That's right.
So, what would be your tips really to start selling? Because maybe if people have never used whatever website they sell it on before, it might be hard to initially get their head around it.
Yeah, sure. And I think it is sort of a bit of a groove that you can get into, and people do get quite into it. So I think the first thing I would say is, if the procedure of it seems a bit heavy, then make sure that you're striking while the iron's hot. So
Mm.
when you do your big spring clean or pre-Christmas clear out, instead of leaving those things in a pile in the corner of the room, you want to photograph them, list them wherever you're going to list them, and maybe even put them into packaging for posting all in one go so that you're not having to constantly deal with the procedure of it. And make sure that when you do photograph them, that you photograph them really well. So
Yeah.
have like a nice background, make sure it's well lit and you can see the whole thing. Make sure you're taking photos of any details. And then also kind of find the right place to list them. So some things sell better on online auction platforms, some things sell better on straightforward reselling sites or local reselling sites. And some things, it's better, like cars, for example, where they're really high ticket items. It's maybe better to use kind of a marketplace like Motorway, where you can go in and research how much your item, your vehicle is going to be worth
Yeah.
before you list it, because you can lose quite a lot of money if you don't know the true value of your item.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how do you know what to price the item as? Is it a case of just looking up similar items on the platform and seeing what it's being charged for? Or is it just giving it a price and seeing how it does?
Yeah, so I mean, there are lots of ways that you can find out. You can like research similar items. So you can do that on Motorway with cars, but you can do it on lots of other platforms with whatever item it is. Have a look and find similar items, what they've sold for in the past. There are good functions for that. And think about kind of how much you'd be willing to sell it for, because
Mm.
sometimes people will make offers. It's always a really good idea to be open to those, but make sure you kind of have a reserve set in your head, that you're willing to sell that item for as well.
Yeah, lots of people widely share on social media some outrageous offers they've gotten from buyers. You have to have standards, if you like. You have to make sure that you're giving it away for a price that's worth it.
Sure, exactly. And the thing is, there are always going to be people who want to haggle too low.
Yeah.
And it's about knowing when to say, oh, actually, I'd rather hold on to it for a bit longer, because someone will come along who knows it, who recognizes its value.
Have you got to do a tax return in all your profits?
You can make up to £1,000 essentially in turnover before you have to register as self-employed. And I think most people are not making more than that per year. But if you are making more than that, then it's a really good idea to maybe have a call with an accountant, just check in, and you might have to register your pocket profits and pay a bit of tax on that.
Where can we go to find out more information?
So if you want to find out a bit more information about Motorway, their website is motorway.co.uk. And also I'll be sharing a few more tips in partnership with them on my Instagram account, which is @myfrugalyear. So do check those out.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for joining us today. It's been great to talk to you.
Thanks so much, Toby.